When you're trying to conceive, something that can be really triggering is pregnancy announcements, and we've all been there when you're expecting it, and somebody tells you that they're pregnant, and it's really triggering because it's really upsetting you. You're obviously happy for them, but you're sad for yourself, and it's really difficult. And firstly, I want you just to know that it's okay to feel like that. It's normal to feel like that. So please don't add to your guilt by feeling guilty that you're not happy for your friend. It's not that you're not happy, you're just sad for yourself. So first of all, please don't worry. It's really normal, and be kind to yourself. So I just want to talk through some tips of how you can cope with pregnancy announcements. So as I say, give yourself permission to feel however you feel, whether that's sad, angry, distraught. And it's a normal reaction. You don't need to worry about that. You're just a human being. You're not an awful person for feeling that. One thing that's really good for coping is using breathing techniques. So if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, it just helps you control those anxious feelings that are coming up. And when you're immediately triggered, if you can't get somewhere else, if you're feeling upset and you want to cry, it just gives you that chance just to control your emotions just till you can get somewhere where you feel comfortable to deal with it in your way. So maybe try practicing those breathing techniques before. There's lots online that you can find one that works for you, but using breathing techniques to control your breathing just to get you to a safe space whenever you're triggered. You could maybe ask your friends to create a how to tell me plan, or create a how to tell me plan that you can ask your friends to follow. So if your friends know you're trying, you can maybe ask them to let you know via text message if you feel that that's the best way for you to cope. Have a think about the best way that you feel you could cope when you're told that somebody's pregnant. If you're face to face and in a big group, it can be very hard if you're trying to hide your emotions, and you feel you have to put on a certain front to show that you're happy, and that can be very hard. So if your friends know you're trying, maybe have a think about how you would like them to tell you, whether that is sending you a text message, whether that's asking them to tell your partner so that he or she can tell you when you're in a better situation where you can cope with it and you can be upset and react in the way that you need to react. And let them know it's not you wouldn't be happy for them, it's just you're struggling with your emotions, and that pregnancy announcements can be really triggering. So it's just making it safer for you and a better way for you so that you can cope in a way you need to. And then you can go back and congratulate your friend or whatever you need to do after that. And a true friend should understand that and would hopefully follow your wishes on that. It's very difficult in social gatherings to get away from pregnancy announcements, and also being around babies and children. And it can always be a worry, especially if you know somebody's been trying in a certain group of friends, or if you know at work that people are, and you're likely to hear pregnancy announcements. So it's just know that it's okay to say no to go to some of these social occasions. You don't have to go to anything you don't want to go to. If you know that somebody's just announced their pregnancy or is about to announce it at this date, then you can avoid going to it. It's okay to say no. It's important to protect your emotional well-being, especially when you're going through treatment. So don't feel guilty about not being able to go, or choosing not to go. You can make your excuses, or if friends know what you're going through, then explain to them. And a true friend should understand that as well. And as I say, if they don't know, then maybe make an excuse so that you don't have to go. Maybe arrange to do more things with friends that don't have children, or that you know don't want to have children, or maybe are older and already have older children, so won't be talking about them quite so much. So think about your circle of friends that you've got. Is there anybody that you go to the gym with, or anybody you work with, that you can maybe start to build more of a social relationship with, so that you're not always around people with children? One big thing now, a big way of sharing pregnancy announcements is on social media, and it's very hard to get away from it. Even when you're at home away from people, it's still there, it's still accessible, and you can still be triggered by just going on social media. So sometimes it's probably good to have a break from social media to get away from some of those things, especially at certain times of year, or if you know that somebody is pregnant and about to announce it, then maybe unfollow them for a little while, mute their conversations, but protect yourself by coming off social media. Be kind to yourself. It's a perfectly normal reaction to feel like this. So do what you need to do to cope, and don't worry about what you need to do. It's everybody's individual, and do what it is you need to do to cope with that. And then most importantly, get support. places like support groups are brilliant for having lots of people who fully understand and are in the same situation as you. So you're unlikely to get the pregnancy announcements in the support group, but also if you're triggered by someone, there'll be hundreds of people on the support groups online who will understand why you're triggered and won't judge you for that. So they're a really safe space for talking openly and honestly about how you're feeling. So look at support groups and maybe look at joining one if you haven't done already.